Have you ever wondered what not to do before buying a house? Stay tuned and I'll let you know. Hi, I'm Rachel Berger here in Bismarck, North Dakota, and today we're going to talk about what you should not be doing before you buy a house. So, first of all, don't start looking at homes without finding a great realtor. It can save you a lot of time, a lot of hassle. Looking for a realtor is don't be using the realtor on the house that you like, the listing agent. The listing agent is already representing the sellers, and if they're representing the sellers and the buyers, they're then under dual agency. Now, this is fine, but you're just not getting nearly as much as you would from someone unbiased who does not know information about the sellers. Because any information that the listing agent knows about the sellers, they cannot share with you. So when it comes to negotiations, pricing, they're just not as free to discuss and help you as someone unbiased and unrelated to that seller. So think about that before picking a buyer's agent. Number 2, do not start looking before you're pre-qualified with a lender. This can help you know what you can afford, and it also gives you a pre-qualification letter. You need this letter in order to put in an offer. So you need to be, because otherwise you're just wasting your own time. Number 3, don't get hung up on cosmetic issues. So do not get hung up on the paint, the flooring, the curtains. These are all very simple things that you can fix that are affordable. Now, is the location good? That's something that's really important. You can't move the house, right? Is the floor plan going to work for you? If it isn't, is it something you can change or you can afford to change? If not, keep looking. But don't get hung up on just those little minor things, all right? Number 4, don't rely on internet home estimates. They are not very accurate. They're basically using statistics that they've found online to tell you what they think the house in that neighborhood would be worth, all right? So they're looking at square footage, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, and the neighborhood. That's it. They have no idea what the inside of the house looks like. Do they have amazing appliances? Do they have quartz on their countertops? Do they have just a pristine house? Or is the house a wreck? Is it horrible? Are there holes in the walls? Does it have a weird smell? You have no idea. Do not be using those internet home estimates. Please use your realtor, have them do comparable home searches to look at the quality of this home compared to other homes that have sold in the last 6 months to a year, and get a better price estimate that way. All right. Number 5, don't expect to make a huge profit from this house. All right. So instead, try and buy what's right for you. Don't expect to make a huge gain when selling this house. Sometimes you get lucky and you sell during a good year, a seller's market. There are other times when you're going to have to sell and it's a buyer's market and you're just not going to get as much money back. And you just really never know at what time you're going to have to sell. And just don't make that part of your consideration. Instead, try and find what's right for you and your family. And consider if this house is going to be desirable to others who are going to buy the house. If you're buying a very quirky, weird house with 1 bedroom upstairs and 5 bedrooms downstairs, that's kind of different, and not everybody's going to love that. Just make sure that it is going to be desirable if you want to be able to sell it quickly. If not, if that doesn't worry you or concern you, then buy whatever works best for you. But if you want a quicker sell, find something that's going to be a little more desirable to more people. Number 6, don't start looking until you have a budget. So talk with that lender you've already got. Talk about what your monthly expenses are going to be. Talk about what your taxes and your insurance, all of that. What is your total monthly cost going to be? And then also maybe save up some money for those hidden costs that you're not going to see, or repairs that might come up after you buy the house. You're going to do an inspection before buying the house, I hope, and you're going to get an idea of the condition that the house is in, and you might even ask the seller to repair or replace a few things. But after you move in, there's still going to be things that come up that have to be fixed or replaced. And you just never know. I had myself personally, I moved into a house and 2 days later, the dishwasher went out. I had to go buy a brand new dishwasher, even though I'd done the home inspection. It was working, everything was fine, and it just quit. So just know that some things are just unpredictable and that you might have to have a little extra money saved up. Number 7, this is kind of an important one. Do not let anyone rush you into buying a house. It's kind of funny coming from a realtor, but I don't ever want you in a house that you don't like. So please take your time, find the right one that works for you. But once you find the right one, please be aggressive, jump on that house. There is nothing worse than finding the right one and knowing that somebody else got the house that you wanted. So make sure you move on that. Number 8, don't let your emotions overly rule you. I know for myself that's a little bit difficult. I love all houses, and that's probably why I'm a realtor. But my husband hates it. When we go to look for new houses, he is always frustrated because I think that every house is a great house and we should buy this one. He is the more reasonable one, and he is the one that can explain things and talk to me and think of things that I don't necessarily think of when I'm emotionally involved in the process. So if you're emotionally involved in the house overly much, like I tend to be sometimes when it's dealing with my own personal house, bring somebody else along with you that isn't as emotionally invested as you, and that will help. So even your realtor can help point some things out and help you with that process. But friends and family are also very helpful. And then lastly, do not make any large purchases before buying a house. This sounds kind of silly, but all of these things require a credit check, and that credit check can lower your credit score and affect your lending on your loan. So do not be buying a new car, a new boat, or an engagement ring, or getting a new credit card, even a credit card, or even new furniture from the new house. An example is I heard one time a couple put in a contract, they got it accepted, they're in underwriting process with their lender. Mr. Buyer goes out and purchases an engagement ring with credit, and the lender does a final credit check to make sure that everything is good, finds out that his credit score has lowered to an amount where they can no longer lend to him. The entire house, the entire deal fell apart because he bought his soon-to-be wife an engagement ring. So I know it's an exciting time. I know that you're trying to make a lot of changes and get ready for this new house, but please make sure that you're not doing anything until you've actually signed at the closing table. And then you can go buy that new car or that engagement ring or the new couch. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. Take a look at the rest of my videos I have here, helping you with your home buying experience. Subscribe to my channel. I've got videos every Friday, and I look forward to seeing you. Bye.